Dear friends, welcome to another episode of Geopolitical and Military News. In this video, we will discuss the beginning of the sea trials of the Fujian, the third Chinese aircraft carrier, and the reasons behind China's heavy investment in this type of vessel. On Monday, April 29, China announced the start of sea trials of the Fujian, its third aircraft carrier and the first equipped with catapults, which, according to various sources, are electromagnetic, similar to those equipping the new class of nuclear aircraft carriers of the United States. As it is a very closed regime, there is not much official information about the vessel, but from the observations of videos and photos, we know that it is 316 meters long and has an estimated displacement of around 80,000 tons. There is no information about the number of aircraft it will be able to operate, but based on its dimensions, it is estimated that there will be between 50 to 60 aircraft, including fighter jets, early warning aircraft, and helicopters. We also know that the vessel is not nuclear-powered, but there are no details about the power of its engines and its autonomy. The Fujian represents a significant technological and operational leap compared to its two predecessors. The first Chinese aircraft carrier was the Liaoning, built on the unfinished hull of the Soviet aircraft carrier Varyag, of the Kuznetsov class, acquired from Ukraine in 1998. It is essentially an almost exact copy of the Russian aircraft carrier Kuznetsov. The experience gained from completing the construction of the Liaoning was used for the construction of the Shandong, the first aircraft carrier 100% built in China. Despite being very similar to the Liaoning, it is equipped with much more efficient engines and much more advanced electronic systems. However, it remained a ramp carrier, which forces the aircraft to take off with much less payload, unless they are vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, like the British F-35B fighters. But since China does not operate such aircraft, its fighters can only take off with 30 to 40% less fuel and bombs. It was to solve this problem that the Fujian was designed, with the Chinese opting for electromagnetic catapults instead of the steam catapult technology, which, despite being simpler to implement, are much heavier and bulkier and require much larger maintenance and operation teams. In addition, steam catapults are not as adjustable as electromagnetic ones, making the launch of drones, for example, more difficult. On the other hand, they are much more difficult to implement and were indeed the cause of many delays in the commissioning of the new U.S. nuclear aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald Ford. Since the Chinese regime is very closed, we do not know if the Chinese also faced difficulties with the implementation of this technology. According to various sources, the construction of the fourth aircraft carrier is in the preparatory phase, with estimates indicating that it will be nuclear-powered and should be launched into the sea within the next 5 or 6 years, with its start of operations planned for 2032. But why is China investing so heavily in large aircraft carriers, as well as in helicopters and amphibious landing ships? Those who follow the channel are well aware of China's great ambitions for the Pacific, beyond its intention to attack, invade, and annex the island of Taiwan. The Chinese have large territorial claims in the South China Sea, asserting that the entire sea belongs only to them, which includes the exclusive economic zone of countries such as the Philippines and Vietnam. To achieve such audacious goals, the Chinese will necessarily need a large and powerful oceanic warfare navy. As Chinese plans will inevitably involve long naval operations and the projection of power thousands of kilometers away, the use of aircraft carriers, helicopters, and amphibious assault ships is mandatory. China's significant investment in this type of vessel confirms once again Beijing's expansion plans. Despite being technologically still light years behind the U.S. Navy, the progress made with the Fujian compared to its two predecessors clearly shows that the Chinese are very focused and dedicated to reducing the gap that separates them from the United States, all with the aim of expanding China's presence throughout that area of the Pacific. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Until next time.